What's going on? We got tactics, day 6, I believe, or day 5. I lost track now, but making progress in tactics. It's always a good thing. Look what we got here. We got like a closed position going on. It is white to move. Um, and feel free to pause your video as always if you want to try to solve it yourself. Let's try to see what happens. We got a closed position here. And the material's even, pawns are even. If I'm counting correctly, yes. And I guess the advantage we have is that we have this pawn that is a potential pass pawn coming forward. We have a nice outpost on my opponent's side of the board, and more importantly, these pieces are kind of misplaced. There's a bad bishop. This knight has no squares, and this knight has no squares. So looking good so far. But say we have an advantage, but how do we capitalize, right? I also see this beautiful bishop eyeing down the queen. So I guess taking here would never be might not be a good move because of some discovery of this knight possibly. Uh, that's just something I see. Our king is in G2. It's blocking our way for our queen to get to H2 to penetrate. So in a real game, I think I would try to find a way to infiltrate the position. So if my queen can somehow get to like this square to B7, that would be like super ideal. I can target everything. Um, okay, now let's think of some candidate moves. What do we want to do? What is the goal of this position? And I guess what does black want to do? That's a good question to ask as well. Uh, Black wants to find better pieces for their better squares for their pieces. So this knight might be the most immediate um, like maneuver, like piece of maneuver. So something like this might be in the air. Black may also want to just protect his king and then have his queen infiltrate um, eventually, or maybe like move his king somewhere, move his queen somewhere to get out of this pin. So that's what Black's idea is, but it's still like it's very slow. Black doesn't have a lot of time to do a lot of these moves. Um, so because Black's a little bit slow to find better squares for his pieces, like what are the squares that we can do to infiltrate? So, for example, would this knight move be a very bad move because you can capture, and there's no, I guess there's no point to capturing, right? Say we capture here, and we just give black a pass pawn. Um, yeah, that wouldn't be the most ideal. Okay, so obvious question. Why don't we just capture this pawn? Let's open things up. So after pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes, bishop takes. Now we have potential discovery of playing knight to c5, because if bishop takes, then knight takes on a6. But what if bishop does not take? What if just knight takes here? Knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes, and then everything's traded, everything's equal. Yeah, I don't see a clear advantage for either side. Ah, bless me. Okay, if that's the case, is it going to move after we capture? Let's try to exit this. All the arrows. If we capture, and knight captures, and we force the capture, what if we move our knight anywhere else? Say f2. Now we have two attackers on this knight. So his knight can never move. But after takes, and say we move our knight, the queen can simply just move to uh, d7 and then defend the knight, get out of the pin, and equalize. What if, though, we capture, knight captures, and we play knight to c5? And then if captures, then we capture, and then the same move is still can be carried out. Okay, so I'm gonna rule out capturing here. I think it doesn't lead anywhere concrete. What if we push with the threat of taking? So if we push, you capture, and then say we capture with our knight. We're threatening discover check, we're also threatening to capture this bishop. So let's play that out. Push, captures, captures. We have a discover check here, and this bishop is hanging. So say we move this bishop anywhere. Say we just go here. We can move this knight literally anywhere. So we can even just pick up a free knight here, I'm assuming. Right? Something even like, actually, king shouldn't go there. Maybe the king should go here. Maybe something like this could be crushing. And you just win a piece. Okay, so if I play f4, black cannot capture because of tactical reasons. But black has to respond to this threat. So say black defends it. The threat is, or if the point is if I capture it, then black can capture with his queen. But is there anything here? I guess now is it a time to try to bring our queen over? If we play queen e1, maybe black can just capture here. No, he can't capture. But he probably can. Because of some tricks. So say, for example, queen e1. Well, if you capture, then we give you a check. Ah, I see. Now we do this. Right? And if you capture, then we capture the bishop with check. And we win the game. So, okay, so if I play queen e1, you can't capture because you lose tactically. What if you just run away? So that if I play queen h1, you just calmly defend. And if I capture, you capture? So you calmly defend, right? You just move your king out of the way. Maybe now I have time to capture here. No, you just expose this threat. Actually, I can capture here. So capture, check, capture. And this looks like pretty even. Actually, even. Black might even be better. Oh, wait a minute, I can't do that because the queen is hanging. Maybe something like... Okay, I might have played this position wrong, but I don't think this works. So, like for example, I played it wrong for black. So what if black just doesn't even do anything? What if black just maneuvers this knight back. What's my threat? My threat is to go here. I guess now come in. So this knight shouldn't leave. But even if I do nothing, right? Say we just push a pawn. What are we threatening? What's our threat? Yeah. Not sure what our threat is. Maybe capture, 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 capture. Oops. Maybe capture here first. Okay, are we winning material? A little bit. No, we're even here, right? After you just move the queen. Oh, you win material here. Okay, so I think the line I'm giving though is not the best defense. I'm just thinking like, what is White's real plan? It doesn't seem that convincing. Is there any other move besides f4? Maybe we need to put pressure on this pawn. After like queen g7 and f4, do we have anything? Huh. Not unless we play a crazy move like this. With the idea of going here and controlling squares and then bringing our queen to the h file. That seems pretty wild. So say we play here. Our threat is now to go here. So maybe say the queen goes here. f7. We'll bring our knight forward. And I guess we control some key squares. The king can't escape easily. And if the queen were ever to go on h7, it would be fantastic. So does this lose a pawn? Oh, it doesn't because the knight protects. So what happens if we capture? We don't have time to play a discovery move because of capture, right? Everything's hanging. Yeah, this looks good for black. So maybe black wants to capture here. So what if we capture first? What if we capture first, then play back? Actually, no. Yeah, here. Who's winning here? I think. Yeah, I think it's black who has the initiative now. Look at this. Look at this. And if we move this knight, oh, queen can't go there. So I mean, it's still pleasant for white, unless maybe white can do something like this. We bring the queen in through the diagonal. But I guess you don't have to play f4. Let's say you capture. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, let's go back. So, should I be looking deeper or should I just capture? Oh, sorry. Oh. Unless the move is subtle, like this, with the idea of bringing our queen over. Actually, maybe back because of potential. So, check. So this is probably the threat. Takes, takes, and then discovered check. Winning a knight. Maybe that's the idea. So if king f1 with the idea of this, maybe we just go back immediately. If you go back immediately, then we actually win this pawn. Okay, maybe we're getting somewhere here. So if the king back, maybe move the queen forward so that the king has an escape square. Okay. Now what? Capture, capture. If we capture, knight captures. Can we play this? Okay, it doesn't seem to lead anywhere. You know, trying to do something. Let's say the queen goes back. We give a check. Actually, the queen can't go back because this is hanging. So the queen has to protect it. Oh, this could be an interesting line. Let's go back. What do we do? So we push. Okay, so we capture. So if the queen were to go here, then we would capture here first. So if knight captures, then we play like this, exposing attackers on here. And the queen can't get out of the pin safely. The queen can't access f7, so maybe move like this. Check. The king doesn't want to be in the pin, so if the king's in the pin, then this is crushing, right? Check. Oh, it's still pinned. So this knight is still trapped. And the king can't move or else we capture it. So knight has to come back. Actually, maybe what happens if I do this? My goal is to go here. This might be good actually. So let's go back. So we move our king. And if the king moves to moves to g7, then we capture. And this is looking bad. We capture the knight. Say they block the knight. I guess now we can capture here. Fork in two pieces. So knight g7 does not work. Knight g6. You're in a pin. You put yourself in a pin. So something like, actually queen h1 could be annoying. So what if we play check, knight captures, check, pawn captures, check. This king is pinned. So, I mean, the knight is pinned. So the king has to go to one of these two squares. Check. And then we win a piece here. Check. No. And after all that, it's still an endgame. We might have missed something here. So we didn't have to sacrifice. Maybe something like this, with the threat of going here. And it stops queen h1. So if we protect the pawn, for example, here, we still give a check. And then this is hanging. So the queen can't leave that square. Check's gonna come no matter what, and then this pawn's gonna fall. So king g7, g6 seem to be losing. The other line I gave was queen g6 with the idea of bringing the king back. And I think here that we took. And if you take with the knight, the line we gave was we played queen c1, which is strange. But this would have worked too. I think just going straight for knight f2 has black in a lot of pins, right? So queen h7, check. Yeah, and then we'll just march our king up. So knight f2 immediately. Knight f2, oops. Knight takes, knight f2. And then, what if you don't play queen h7? What if you play something else? You're gonna move the queen somewhere. But anyway you move the queen, this is two attackers on here. So, it gets tough. Whoa, my bad. Let's go back. So, king f1, queen g6. And if we take, what if bishop takes? Would that save the day? We give a check. Because all of this doesn't work anymore. Check. And yeah, I can't even access these squares. I mean, even if this is an option, you always have an intermediate move check and then winning the bishop. So bishop takes makes king f1 looks a little silly. So takes, unless we play a move like this, attacking the queen, so you're forced to take. We give a check. If you block, check. And then check. So you have to run away. And then we win a piece. Right, this is more forcing. And so this is a winning endgame. So if bishop takes, so what if the king just moves away? Then we check. And this is another winning endgame. Is that what the goal is? To simplify to a winning endgame? Okay, interesting. So it looks like that line works too. So if you take, then you gotta take back, or else I win a piece, or I get a pawn promotion. So it looks like the move is king f1. Is there any other defense? Here? With the idea of blocking? I guess I lose immediately, I think. Because you hang this pawn. Actually, I'll take with a knight. Okay, I think the main move is king f1. Even though that looks like not a tactical move, but it's multi-purpose because it tries to expose. Actually, I think you should play king g1 because you don't run into any queen h1 threats. But the line still, I'm gonna play king f1. Oh, king g1 is my answer. But the lines still work if it's f1 because some of the lines the queen doesn't come to h1, but in some lines they do, and king g1 would just stop that. So king g1 would be my answer. Okay. After all of that, let's see what the book says. I'll pull it up. This is problem 157 in Imagination in Chess. Oh my gosh, it's none of the above. It's none of my options. It's none of these. Isn't that ridiculous? It's knight f4. Did I play that? I never played that yet. No, this is a new line. Oh. Okay, similar idea, different move order. I guess the point is you can't capture because I capture with check. And then And then this is a follow-up, right? You can't block it. Actually, you can block it here. But I guess this is crushing too. Is this the answer? So knight f4. If you capture, then we capture with check. I think that's obvious. The king, I ruled out this option first because we just capture with check here, I think. We capture with check. And then we actually just win a piece. Actually, anywhere the king goes, you might even get to win the queen. I mean, still a little unclear. Let's go back. Let's go figure it out. So if you go king g6, we have to take. We have to. And then we give a check. Oh, we give a check first. Check. I mean, this is still not convincing. I'm missing something. I'm missing something here. You have to take the pawn. There's no other move. There's no way we can take with the bishop because unless what? No way. So you take with the bishop? I mean, I think it still leads to the same line, no? Actually, ah, there's some kind of mating attack. The king can't go here because it's just attacking the queen, right? Was that it? You take with the pawn? So what did you go king g7? Check. With the idea of going here? Wow. Okay, you take with the bishop. But couldn't I have done that earlier? In the same line? Yeah, it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing. What did I put here, though? I put 98. So that wasn't the best move. Best move is here first. Okay, I see it. I see it. Knight f4. Okay, if they don't take the knight, then we take the bishop. Bishop under attack. So if they save the bishop, What's the threat? We push, and then we win. We have 2 connected pass pawns. Check. Is this winning? Yeah, this is mate, right? Almost mate. All right, so this is the position we want. Okay, let's go back. Let's see what the book says. Knight f4. Oh, wait, I'm on a different page. I'm going to zoom in. So it's an attack on the f5 square. Because we want to compile resources to attack this pawn. So the only way to... I was thinking knight f2, but I guess you just put it on a protected square. That's just how grandmasters play. So the line they gave, if you take, queen takes, knight g7, then you take the pawn. Oh, I didn't play this. I took it here. No, I played queen g5. Okay, so you take the pawn. So the point was to attack the f7 pawn, and then, oh, I see now, you push. I see. King h8. You take here. You take here. Queen f6. King g8. And then you check. And that is 1-0 here. Yeah. And if you block, then you check. Check. How do you win this? Okay, so something like this. I want to see the other lines they gave. Okay. So if bishop d7, which is what I also said, e6 is winning. So takes, takes. The other line is knight takes f5. Wait, check. You gotta move this first. King g7 takes, and then knight takes f5. Bishop takes, bishop takes. I'm assuming knight takes. Knight takes, king f7. e6 check. You take. Queen e5 check. King f7. Queen e7 check. King g6. Knight h4 check. King h6. Queen f6 check. King h5. And then king h3. Wow, what a quiet move. Now the threat is to... What is the threat, actually? The threat is to play here? No. Wait, I'm confused. What's the threat? So if black captures, what am I threatening? I guess mate. And if you play here, then I have mate here. Is e5 the best move? Let me turn my engine for one quick second to see. Or f4. Knight f5. Oh, that's kind of strange. I wouldn't move my knight away. So the point is knight g3. Okay, more natural to play queen e5. Queen e6. Oh, I see. So this is the main move. That's very hard to see, but it makes sense. The king can't move. I was thinking you usually don't want to move your piece away out of your king so the queen is that's pinned to it, you know, so the king can discover, but the king actually can't go anywhere. So I got to realize that. All right, let's go back. What if, let's go back to the main line. So takes, and then king g7, takes here. And knight takes, bishop takes. Oh, sorry, I messed up the order. So knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes. And then instead of king f7, where it's exposed to a bunch of like discovered checks and e6, what if the king goes to g6? My gut tells me here. Just let me see. Knight h4 check. Of course you do the move that looks crazy. And then king g7, queen f6, king g8, and then knight f5. Which looks similar to the lines we saw before, with the idea of going here. Okay, let's go back. Bishop takes. Actually, so in the game they play king h8. And then we take here, and then they take. So just reviewing, queen f6, and then the king is just super exposed. I mean, you can even win this knight. Or knight blocks, then you could play it like this. And I think you play e7. Or you might even play, no, you're guarding a square. So I think I would play e7. But does it run into annoying checks anywhere? I guess you only have one check. Yeah, I feel like this would be perpetual. But no, look, I don't see any more checks here. So let's look at the engine and see if e7 is the best move in this position. e7, yeah, so plus 7.8. Alright, sounds great. So that was tactics. Let's review it one last time, just so I can remember this. Knight f4, exclam, capture, king g7, and not queen g5, which is what I thought, but you actually take here. The whole point was to pile up on f5. And if you take, then takes, check. Say the king goes f7. We actually play e6. And if you capture, then our queen has tempo to come in. Remember correctly, king g8, Um, actually, that's mate, right? Yeah, it's mate. So you can't go king g8. You gotta go king g6. And then you play knight h4. You play queen f6. And then you just simply. Oh, this is the weird one. You play knight f5 to g3. Right? Is this the one? Yeah, knight f5, right? Knight f5. No. Oh, king h3 first. Oh, if you play knight f5 first, what happens? What happens if you play knight f5 first? Oh, yeah, this check. Got it. So king h3, very key move. King h3. And then now your threat is to play this, which is pretty wild. So say you capture knight f5 and checkmate. Make this the main line. Woo! Wow. What a puzzle. My first guess, I don't know if you can see, let me see my OBS. My camera's in the way. I'll move my camera. You can see all of my moves. I play like king f1, f4, knight e8, just trying out. But I just did not find knight f4. Very hard move to find. If you found it, congratulations. You're playing like an expert or a master. I still have yet to figure out a puzzle like all the variations on my own. There's always like a few things that I miss, or even just I missed the first move entirely. So, work in progress for sure. Appreciate you guys watching. See you guys in the next difficult tactics or a training game or whatever video that comes up next. All right, cheers.